All right, what's going on, everyone? We are back for another episode of the podcast, and we are going to be talking about the Nintendo Direct. We got a surprise Nintendo Direct on the 9th, and I figured me and Skylar could go through everything, and well, not maybe everything, but just go through a lot of the heavy hitters and some of this stuff and give our opinions on it. Me and Skylar are both Nintendo fans. Skylar's a really big Nintendo fan, so I figured this would be a good idea. So, I guess just to start it off, what was your overall thoughts on the direct, Skylar? Because we sort of talked about it, but we didn't really go into much detail in like our messages.
I thought it was overall a pretty solid direct. I thought it was just as good as the last one they had where they showed Bayonetta 3.
Yeah,
Was it back in September?
yeah. I can't remember the date, but it was back in September.
Yeah, I thought it was overall a solid direct.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I thought that I would say for me the beginning and the end, like I thought that it started, which we'll get into this, but I think that it started on not a high note and it ended on a. I mean, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is I guess it's sort of exciting, but Xenoblade Chronicles is not like something I'm like super hyped for. So I think it
I've
sort
got
of.
some.
I will say it looked better than two. Chronicles 3 looks better than two. So there's that. But yeah, we'll go through everything. I do think it was a good direct. I think there was a lot of stuff in here. There were some cool announcements. But yeah, we'll go down the list and we'll talk about some of the stuff. So I guess we will start at the beginning. The opening, I saw it. I kind of recognized it was Fire Emblem, and I was like, "Oh, cool!" Like I'm not a Fire Emblem fan, but obviously Three Houses was, pretty popular. A lot of people enjoyed it. Um, and I was like, "Well, if this is a sequel to Three Houses or something, like that'd be cool." But it's a Warriors game. It's Fire Emblem Warriors. Uh, I don't know, Skylar. What's your
Yeah,
thoughts?
when I seen the trailer, when I first seen the trailer when they was opening with Fire Emblem, I kind of recognized immediately it was like Fire Emblem Three Houses, and I was like, "Oh my God, they're doing a sequel to Three Houses," because I thought Three Houses was a great strategy RPG. I thought that game was great.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed the game, and I was so glad that they was going to announce a sequel. But I seen it was a Warriors game, and I just kind of lost interest quick because I'm not really a big Warriors fan.
yeah. I mean, when I was a kid, I loved Dynasty Warriors, but it's just not something that especially already with a franchise like Fire Emblem that I'm not really into. Yeah, it really didn't do anything for me personally. But if you're excited for it, awesome. Like if you like Fire Emblem, if you like Warriors games, then I guess you are pretty excited for it. But I'd say a lot of people was probably hoping it was just a Fire Emblem Three Houses, sequel or whatever. But that announcement didn't really do anything for me. That's what I'm saying. The beginning of this show, I didn't. I don't know. It was just kind of it is what it is. Um, they went into after Fire Emblem. They showed more of the Advance Wars 1 and 2 reboot camp. Um, It did it get a? Oh yeah, it was April 8th. April 8th was the when the Advance Wars is launching. I think Advance Wars looks actually cool. Like I don't know if it's something I would pay full price for, but a lot of people seem to say that Advance Wars is cool, and I do think it looks sort of fun. So if it wasn't, I'm pretty sure it is $60. It's Nintendo, so I would bet that it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if it wasn't $60, I'd probably get it, but I don't think it's something I'd pay $60 for. But I do think it looks cool. I don't know. Have you ever played Advance Wars?
I haven't played Advance Wars, but I am kind of interested in the remake. So I might pick it up, but I don't know. I'm kind of in the same camp with you. Like I don't know if I want to pay 60 for it,
Yeah.
but I kind of wouldn't mind to play it. I think it looks really good. I'm kind of getting into strategy RPGs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it wasn't $60, I'd be all over it. I think it looks cool, but it's just, I don't know. Especially for a game that I've never played, it's just a hard sell for me to say, yeah, $60, I'll buy that. Um,
And it'll never go on sale.
it'll,
So
yeah, it'll never go on sale. It will be $60 forever because it's Nintendo. So I don't know. From there, they announced that No Man's Sky is on the Switch. Not much to say. I mean, No Man's Sky is a cool game, and I'm actually kind of shocked that it's can run on a Switch, but and it's not the cloud version. It is just it's No Man's Sky. That's kind of surprising, but yeah, that's coming to Switch. Uh, the next announcement was one that immediately when I saw it, I was like, okay, people are going to be excited for this, and that was the new Mario Strikers game, which I think looks awesome. Like I actually like if I knew that we could get together and play this game, I actually probably would buy it because I think it looks fun, and Mario Strikers always seem cool.
yeah, I thought Mario Strikers was a surprise announcement. Like I wasn't expecting that, and I don't think really no one else was expecting that either.
No, I had only ever heard people say like, "Oh, you should do this," like they would like, because there's like obviously like Mario sport games, you have Mario Tennis and Mario Golf and stuff. And a lot of people were saying like they would well like some people were saying, you should do another Strikers game, but yeah, it kind of came out of left field, honestly.
And now they kind of have like all of the Mario Sports series. Like all of them are kind of on Switch now. Like you have Strikers, you have tennis, and you have Mario Golf.
hmm After that, we saw some Splatoon 2.5. I mean Splatoon 3. Um, we saw the Salmon Run. They're doing another Salmon Run, which is like the Horde mode. I mean, I don't mean to make jokes about it. Like, I'm really not trying to. Like, Splatoon is very big for Nintendo, and I'm happy that they did a new IP and it was very successful. But yeah, I just, I don't know. I've said it before. I think that I just don't think Splatoon has changed much. Like since the first game, when I look at it, I just don't see something that has changed. And like I said it with two. I said two looked like one, and I'll say it again. I think that three looks like two. But you know, it's just me maybe.
Did they
But
announce a release for Splatoon 3 at their direct?
um, they gave a release window. I think they said it was summer. It was coming out in the summer 2022. I think that was when Splatoon 3 came or Splatoon 2 came out. Was the summer of
Yeah,
2017. Yeah. So it's a summer game. That's nice. Uh,
I wonder if well, I bet there'll be a direct around Splatoon 3 when it comes closer to launch. But I wonder if it'll drop. Well, I say yeah. It'll. I guess it'll drop after E3, like somewhere
yeah,
around that range.
yeah, probably after E3. I'd say it's probably around July. I think that's when the last one came out, July 27th or July 21st, somewhere around there.
Hmm.
But that is the thing after this direct is man, Nintendo has a great first half of 2022. Second half, I'm not so sure. We don't know yet, but the first half they have got so much stuff. Um, let's see, skip over a few things because not all of this stuff needs to be talked about. Uh, Disney Speedstorm, which was a free-to-play kart racer, which I thought was kind of funny because everyone wants Mario Kart, and we got this free-to-play Disney kart racer that looks bad. But um, let's see, it had some ports of some games. Kirby and the Forgotten Land, man, my God, this game looks good. I can't remember what was the release date. It was in March, March 25th. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
That,
it's towards the end of March.
I think that I think I might get this game on day one. I really do. I think it looks that good.
Oh, I definitely am going to get it day one. Actually, Cody, I think it comes out the same day as Ghostwire Tokyo.
Yep, March 25th.
Yeah, so I think yeah they're both coming out on the same day. Yeah,
Battle.
I'm getting Kirby and the Forgotten Land day one.
Yeah, it looks great. I mean, it just looks the world looks so beautiful. It just looks like one of those games that's just fun to play, and I definitely think it looks like they're taking some inspiration from Odyssey. So
Odyssey, yeah.
yeah, it's clear that they're taking some inspiration for that. But man, it does look good. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not that familiar with Kirby games, but this one I think is gonna be like my first real Kirby game that I'm gonna get into.
And it's more 3D platformers from Nintendo. We don't hardly see many 3D platformers from them
Yeah.
besides Mario. So
Yeah, I'm really excited for this game. Like this is like when they first revealed it, I thought it looked great. Um, but after this direct, like this, it's completely sold me on it. I'm excited for it. Let's see. Um, Clono, which is like a is like an old platformer that they're bringing back. This is actually coming to Xbox. I don't know. I thought it looked kind of cool, but I don't know. I've never played those games. I know there were some people excited that it was coming back because it was kind of out of left field, but I thought it looked cool. But I'd never heard of these games before. It's like Clona.
I haven't ever played them.
Um, Portal 1 and 2 is coming to the Switch, which random, but if you never played Portal, then well, here you go. Uh,
I was actually like hoping, like after Portal 1 and 2 got announced, I was hoping they would segue into like Half-Life 2 coming to Switch.
that would be cool. They should do that, honestly. Um,
Yeah, Valve should re-release Half-Life 2.
yeah. Well, a lot of people were saying there was like, oh, well, with Steam Deck coming out, they're surprised that Valve is supporting the Switch. But I mean, why wouldn't they want to? It's more sales. But I think after that was when they announced the Live Alive remake, which was a game that was only available in Japan, and now it's getting this remake, and it's in it's in like the Octopath style. What was your thoughts on that?
Yeah, the HD 2D remake. Yeah, I seen that. I don't know if I would get that game. I'm not really. I don't know. I really wasn't sold on that.
I actually thought like it looked kind of cool. The idea that you could pick multiple characters and they were all in different time periods, so you could pick someone that was in the Wild West time period. Like all these. Like I actually thought that looked cool, but I don't know. Um, Next announcement was kind of a shocker. Wii Sports is coming back in the form of Nintendo Switch Sports. This is going to sell a lot. This is going to make Nintendo a lot of money safely. There's no Mii's in it, which some people are mad about that, but this is going to make Nintendo a lot of money. This is going to be a big seller. And honestly, it's kind of cool. I mean, I don't know if Wii Sports is really like when I was a kid, it was cool, but I don't know if it's something that I would be interested in now. Maybe I guess, but it is a it is a big announcement. It's just kind of random that Wii Sports is back like out of nowhere.
Yeah, like I would have never thought that Wii Sports would be rebranded and brought back. Um, yeah, it was cool back in the day, but back in the day it was a pack-in game, and
Hmm.
now you have to pay like I think it's $40 actually
Yeah.
instead of 60. See, that was one thing I was hoping when they was revealing that. I was like, imagine if they put that in the expansion pack, like they
Hmm.
made that free to play and they put that in the expansion pack. That would be like a pretty good sell, on like getting new people into this expansion pack because you could play Wii Sports. But
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like Wii Sports really worked back in the day because again, it was a packing game and it like there was no better showcase for the Wii than Wii Sports. Like you really with playing Wii Sports, you got a feel for like what the Wii could do, like what the motion controls were all about. And they were just fun games. It was simple bowling and stuff, but it was fun. I mean, it is going to sell. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I think it's going to sell amazing. But for someone like me, like, yeah, I just can't see myself like, yeah, I'm gonna go spend $60 to play some, Wii Sports. Like, I don't know. I don't think that that's something that I would be interested in now. But
Yeah, like if it was something like free to play in the expansion pass, maybe I'd consider it. But I don't know. I don't see myself paying money for it either.
yeah, I don't either. Um, some other things got updates. Metroid Dread got some free updates. Earthbound being added to Switch Online. Um, and then we come to the depressing part of the direct when he said, here's some news for Mario Kart fans. I was like, oh my god, really? Is this about to happen? Are they about to show Mario Kart 9? Um, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is getting DLC. It's getting the Booster Course Pass. And this is like a 6-wave thing. On the flip side, yes, I wanted it to be Mario Kart 9. I was sad that it wasn't, but it totally makes sense, like why Nintendo would want to make DLC for Mario Kart 8. It never made sense why they weren't making more DLC for Mario Kart 8. They finally are. Um, so I don't know. I mean, it's kind of a bittersweet thing. Like this DLC to me means that Mario Kart 9 is still years and years away. I mean, like I said, this is a 6-wave DLC. This is going to add a lot of content to a game that has like almost 50 million units sold. So on the flip side, like I said, like it sucks, but also it is kind of cool that Mario Kart 8 is going to get all these new courses and it's going to like breathe new life into the game. I don't know. It's sort of a double-edged sword, I guess. What was your thoughts on it?
I wonder why they waited so late to like announce DLC for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Yeah, I have no clue. I
Like
really
I
don't.
guess it's where like a lot of the speculation and stuff like that's been ramping up for Mario Kart 9,
Yeah.
and like I figured like they would announce DLC for Mario Kart 8 like back in like 2018 or something like that, like a year or two after it came out. But
Yeah. I don't know if like even Nintendo knew that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was going to be what it is on the Switch. Like I don't know. I think that they made up. They thought like, hey, we're going to port this game to the Switch. It was the old Mario Kart that we released on the Wii U. Let's port it to the Switch. Let's try to get some new players in there. I don't think they could have predicted how massive it's been on the Switch. It's just all these people that never played it on the Wii U. It's just. I mean, and it's a great game. I'm not shocked that it's selling as great as it is. Man, it's got legs though. Like it has got legs. It is still, and it's going to sell even more now. I don't know. I don't know when we're going to get Mario Kart 9. I don't know if we'll ever get it, but Mario Kart 8 Deluxe getting DLC. And then to close the direct, obviously, like I said, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. You have some stuff to say,
you
you
know,
said. I'll kind of just let you take it away. I mean, like I said, for me, I think it looks better than 2. I'll say that, and maybe I'd get it. I don't know, but it's coming out September.
yeah, I also think it looks better than Xenoblade 2. Like I don't know. It seems like its story seems more interesting, and it's like its characters like they seem more interesting than like Xenoblade Chronicles 2. But when I seen when I seen the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 trailer, I just feel like that trailer was just like every other trailer for the other Xenoblade games they showed.
Yeah, you're right.
Like I mean, you have these big giant robots. Like you have, and then like you have like these big, huge monolith soft open worlds. Like you see the characters traversing across it. It just like it just all looks the same to me. Like I think Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I think it should like reinvent itself.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree. And I guess, maybe there is something in there. Maybe they're just not showing everything. But I mean, I would agree. Like, my first reaction when I saw the trailer was, this looks like, this sort of looks like just like Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I didn't. I didn't really say like, whoa, like this is a new entry in the series. I mean, because it's crazy to think it's been 5 years since two, and you would expect like a big step. Like I said, maybe there is a big step. Maybe when this game comes out, it is a big step gameplay wise. But I don't know. It just didn't. It looked better, but it just didn't look that much better. And I know it's on the Switch, so it's it is what it is. But
It just looks like another Monolith Soft Xenoblade game.
yeah,
I would like to see them step away from Xenoblade and maybe work on like a Zelda RPG. I know there was a rumor like a long time ago that Monolith Soft could be working on a Zelda RPG. I think that would be cool, but a lot of people seem to like really love Xenoblade, so they'll probably just keep working on Xenoblade games.
yeah. I mean, Xenoblade, it's got a fan base, and it seems like a franchise that
Yeah.
Nintendo is wanting to grow. So I mean, that's cool, and yeah, I'm happy for the fans. I don't know if Xenoblade will ever be something for me, and that's fine. But yeah, that's why I said like I thought that this direct it had a lot of cool stuff in it, and I walked away like saying like that was a good direct. But man, the beginning and the end of the show for me was just not exciting personally. Because every time you have the one more moment, it's like, what is it going to be? Are we going to see Metroid? Are we going to see uh, Zelda? And then it's Xenoblade, and it's like, okay, cool. But it was just kind of a lackluster ending for me personally. But that's just me.
Hmm.
There's a lot of people very excited at the end, so that's awesome. But I don't know. I mean, is there anything else you want to add about this direct? Or
No, nothing else. I generally thought it was like a really solid direct.
yeah, I would agree. I thought it was solid and it was good. Just wish it had a better beginning and end. But there was one game, Skylar, I didn't talk about in this direct. There was one game that was announced that I didn't mention. It's because our next topic is it relates to this. Um, so in the direct there was a remaster announced, and it was Chrono Cross. The reason I didn't talk about it is because it relates to something. So last year there was a Nvidia leak, and it leaked a whole bunch of games, like a whole bunch of games, like from multiple companies. There was leaks from Capcom, from Microsoft, from Sega, Valve, even all sorts of leaks. And people was like, "Is this true?" I mean, it's coming from Nvidia. So like, is this true? Two games on the list for these leaks have now been confirmed. Crysis 4, which just got a teaser about a week ago, and now the Chrono Cross remaster, which would seem to hint that this list is true, Skylar. And there is big implications. This is massive because there's a lot of crazy stuff. So I just figured it'd be cool to go through this list now, knowing like this could all like very likely that this stuff is all true because we've now had two things on this list be announced. So I say we go ahead and go through
I
it.
was talking about the. I was wondering when we was talking about the direct. I was like, he forgot to mention Chrono Cross.
Yeah,
But yeah, pull up that list for us and like go through them because I kind of forgot a lot of stuff that's on that Nvidia leak.
I the first one I want to say, and it's kind of crazy to me because I don't even know what this could mean, but one of the games on there was Half-Life 2 remastered. And I don't even know like is it going to be a port? Is it going to be a full like is it just going to be Half-Life? I mean, you mentioned you wanted the Portal thing to segue into Half-Life 2 coming to Switch. Is this what that's going to be? Is it going to be some sort of Half-Life 2 port to like modern consoles and maybe even Switch? I don't know, but that was on
That's
the list.
exciting. A half.
What?
I said that's exciting. A Half-Life 2 remaster.
Yeah, like I like I said, I would love for it to be a full scale remake. Like I would love for them to go
I would,
back and like that'd be crazy. But I don't know. I'd say it's probably just a a port, a 4K port, which would still be cool. But it was on the list. I mean it's just crazy to me. I just didn't think that Valve would even consider doing that. But here we are.
because like you can't really like play like if you're a console player, you really can't play Half Life 2 unless you have the orange box on
Hmm.
disc.
Yeah.
So you really, it's really not accessible. Like you can't buy it on the Microsoft Store. You can't buy it on PS4 or PS5, and it's definitely not available on Switch. So I really want to see that come to console.
Yeah.
That's a day one purchase.
Oh yeah. There was some Sony stuff, nothing big, but again, it's all these games coming to PC, and these games are starting. These games are coming to PC, like God of War and all that stuff. That was on the list, and those are starting to make their way to PC. I don't think it's worth talking about because we kind of know that Sony's games are coming to PC, but they were on the list. Um, let's see. This one, very interesting for me, very hype. Take-Two had some games on this list. GTA 6 wasn't one of them, but there was two. BioShock 2022, which is seemingly the new BioShock, and this one, which is crazy to me, BioShock RTX Remaster, which means a ray tracing remaster, which leads me to believe is that a full-scale remake of BioShock or just a, upscale like BioShock remaster with ray tracing on and all this stuff. Like, so is Take Two got Cloud Chamber on the new BioShock, and they got another team working on a BioShock remaster. Oh man, that would just be amazing. I would love to have a BioShock like ray tracing remaster. That'd be so beautiful.
Yeah, a Bioshock remake would be awesome. Like a remake or a remaster, either one would be awesome.
Um, so yeah, Sega had some games. Oh yeah, I guess I'll just call it out. Take Two. One of the games on there was XCOM 3. I don't know. I'm not really an XCOM fan, but if you are, there you go. Um, Sega had some games, and Skylar, I will be sad to tell you that Persona wasn't on the list. Persona 5, those games were on there. I don't know if that means that they're not working on ports for those, but it wasn't on there. But like Shin Megami Tensei 5 was, and Judgment, Endless Legend 2, Total War 9 for Sega was on there, but yeah, no Persona was on the list.
Oh no, I was hoping Persona 4 Gold.
Yeah, it wasn't on there. Maybe it's still being worked on, but it wasn't on there. EA, they had a Mirror's Edge RTX remaster and an untitled Respawn game, which I'm pretty certain is probably the sequel to Jedi Fallen Order. So apparently RTX remasters are the upcoming thing that everyone's doing. Because there's another one that I'm about to talk about, and this is crazy to me. Batman Arkham Knight RTX remaster. What's your thoughts on that?
An Arkham remaster?
Yeah, Arkham Knight RTX remaster. I'm assuming
Wow.
I'm assuming it's just they take Arkham Knight, they add the ray tracing and stuff like that. Like they add all the 4K ray tracing stuff like that. But that's still crazy to me that that's might be something they're planning. Um,
Arkham Knight was already a gorgeous game
it
on
it it's
last
yeah,
gen.
it's still beautiful.
I would probably play an Arkham Knight remaster because
I might too.
I still think Arkham Knight is underrated.
It's all right. It's all right. Injustice 3 was also on that list, and Mortal Kombat 12, which I don't think that's shocking. Um, I think that it's a pretty safe bet that we're going to get a new Mortal Kombat. I mean, Injustice 3 may be kind of shocking because I heard some. I remember. I want to say a while ago there was rumors that Injustice 3 wasn't happening, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not shocked to hear about a Mortal Kombat 12. Like
Yeah,
that's a given.
it is. Um, Capcom, Resident Evil 4 Remake, Monster Hunter 6, Dragon's Dogma 2, and Street Fighter 6. Uh, again, I don't think it's really a secret at this point that Resident Evil 4 is getting a remake, but it is pretty exciting. Dragon's Dogma 2 as
Yeah,
well it's going to be hot for a lot of people to see that.
Street Fighter 6 isn't really shocking to me either. I just wonder
No,
if it will. If I wonder if it'll be a PlayStation 5 exclusive
I
because
think so.
Sony they got the rights for Street Fighter 5 back in the day, so I wonder
Yeah,
if they'll do the same for Street Fighter 6.
I absolutely think they will. Yeah, I think Street Fighter 6 will be a PlayStation exclusive. Um, Microsoft. There was only two games on the list for Microsoft. Halo 5 Guardians. It never came to PC, so that would make sense. And hold on to your hat, Skylar. Hold on to your hat. Gear 6 was on the list for the leak. Yeah, I mean, I don't have much to say about Gears. I mean, I was hoping it would take a break, but on the bright side, if they get Gear 6 out this year, it's just more games, and also they can start on a reboot of the franchise. Just go ahead and get Gear 6 out and start on that reboot. Um, Bandai
I wonder when
Namco.
it'll
Wait,
come
hold on.
out.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Like Gear 6, assuming that it's a real thing. I wonder when it will come out this year.
Hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully, if it did come out this year, which I don't know
Will
if
it
it
come out
will,
around Garfield time?
I would hope it'd come out like September. Or hell, put it out in the summer. Why not? That would never happen, but hopefully like September or October, something like that.
I wonder why they're going back to like Halo 5 Guardians and wanting to port that to PC. Like we have Halo Infinite now. Like
I think
you
it's
figured
just
wanna
I think it's just about preserving the game. Like there is still people that enjoy Halo 5, and it's only locked to one console. Like it's just on the Xbox One. So I think it's probably more about preserving the game and just giving players access to it. Because on PC the entire Master Chief Collection is there. Like you can play if you're just a PC gamer, you can play Halo 1 through 4, but you can't play 5. I don't know why you'd want to play 5, but you can't if you're on PC. So I mean, it's probably just like a game preservation thing. Um, but yeah, Gear 6 seems like a good spring 2023 game in my opinion if they did it, but that's just my opinion. Because let's be honest, Gears isn't really a big fall heavy hitter anymore. But that's enough of that. Bandai Namco, Tekken 8. Um, that'd be cool. Um, let's get into the rest because there's two big publishers that I'm going to save to the end because it's going to hit home for Skylar. But the rest, not much to mention. City Skylines 2, Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, Crysis 4, like I said, which was already revealed, Earth Defense Force 6, Metro Next, which is the next Metro game, The Talos Principle 2, Time Splitters 2 Remastered, Titan Quest 2.
wait. You said Crash Team Racing. Isn't that game already out? Like, didn't they already remake that game?
It says Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. Is that like a sequel? Like, could it be a sequel or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
I think it might be like a sequel to Crash. I'd say they're probably going to do another Crash Team Racing. Um, but yeah, let's get into the big ones for Skylar because these are going to be big for him. So Konami had some games on the Nvidia list, Skylar. What do you think they were?
I didn't know Konami was on there. Um, I'm gonna say a Metal Gear Solid remake or remaster was on there.
So it had Metal Gear Solid 2 HD and Metal Gear Solid 3 HD on the list. What
So
that
like,
means, I don't know. Does it mean a remake? Does it mean a port? I have no clue. But that's
well,
what it
I would
was.
hope it's not a port because I could already play Metal Gear Solid
Yeah.
2 and 3 HD on on Xbox.
I
I would
wonder.
hope it's like
Yeah.
an remaster.
I wonder if it's just
There was
like
also
a.
a do what?
I wonder if it's just like a 4K thing. I would hope not.
Yeah. Well, wasn't there also a rumor of a Metal Gear Solid 3 remake a while back?
Yeah. See, that's what I hope it is. I hope it is a
I
remake.
would hope it's a Metal Gear Solid 3 remake because just Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 HD. That just don't really
If it's
wouldn't really excite me that much.
if it's true that Metal Gear Solid 3 is a remake, then maybe 2 is getting the remake. Because these could
That
also be
would be
just
awesome.
these could also just be working titles, because there's some games on here where it's just like I can't remember which one I saw, but it was like it just said working title. Maybe that's just what they've named it for now is it just HD, but I guess only time will tell. Um,
What was the other Konami game? Was it Castlevania or Silent Hill?
that was actually it for Konami.
Uh, hmm.
You know, like
I'm
a,
surprised Silent Hill wasn't on there.
well, I mean, like I said, it doesn't like confirm that like Silent Hills isn't being made. It's just that these were the games on the list. Um, but yeah, that was all there was for Konami. But the last one, Skylar, the last publisher is Square Enix.
Oh,
We've already
I
saw,
remember.
yeah, we've already saw Chrono Cross. Check that off the list. That's already been made. So, Final Fantasy VII remake, which obviously is coming to PC, which we already know. Um,
Hmm.
Final Fantasy Tactics remaster, which a lot of people like Final Fantasy Tactics, so that's apparently getting a remaster. New strategy game. That's all it says. So there's a new strategy game from Square Enix coming.
We already just. I wonder if it's talking about that Switch game because we already just got a new strategy game from Square Enix.
Yeah, it could be. Um, Tactics Ogre remaster. I don't know what that is, but um, Tomb Raider 25th anniversary. Did we already get something like that? Like, did that happen or is that yet to happen? I can't remember.
Tomb Raider 25th anniversary. I think they released some sort of collection of the uh, the first three games in the reboot trilogy. But I
Yeah,
wonder if that means like uh, an anniversary remaster of the first Tomb Raider game,
it might be because I know it says on here
and
that
or
Square
maybe they,
Enix. Like it says on here that Square Enix had been hyping up the 25th anniversary of Tomb Raider all year. Um, so maybe they did. I don't know.
I
Maybe
know
whatever they did is all they did.
they done an anniversary remake of the first Tomb Raider game back in 2007. So I wonder if that would be an anniversary remake of that game from 2007 or something like the first game in the reboot trilogy or something like a remaster or something.
Yeah,
I'm not really sure on that.
yeah, I'm not sure either. Um, Kingdom Hearts 4 is is on the list. Um,
I'm not shocked to see Kingdom Hearts 4 on there.
well, I guess the only thing that's shocking to me is just it took like I mean Kingdom Hearts 3 was like I was born hearing about Kingdom Hearts 3, and it was only recently that game came out. Like it's just so weird to see like the quick turnaround of like yeah Kingdom Hearts 4 is on the way, and it's like man it took forever for 3. Like people waited their entire lives for that game, and here's
And then
4
they're
coming.
up 2 years later.
Yeah, I guess that's the
I
only
think
strange
if
thing.
that could be announced at Square Enix's E3 this year.
It could.
And if it is announced, I hope it like gets a soft reboot because I think Kingdom Hearts is long overdue for a reboot.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say it's definitely Square Enix, seeing like, hey, like we have a big IP on our hands. Let's continue these instead of making people wait a lifetime for a new one. The last one, Skylar, though. The last one is the one that I know you're going to be excited for. You already know about this, I think, but Final Fantasy IX
Yeah.
remake. It's on there. Apparently, Final Fantasy IX is getting a remake. I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's a 7 style remake. I don't know if it's just a remake of just in the similar style of the original. I don't know if it's a I mean, apparently everyone's doing the Octopath thing. I mean, I don't know how that would work, but like, I don't know what it could mean.
You know, I think I have a good idea of what it could be. They there was a rumor that a French studio was working on a Final Fantasy IX animated series,
Hmm.
and what if that game, well, the animated series was tied into like a Final Fantasy IX remake?
It could be. That would actually
But
make sense.
what like what I would be confused about is it going to be like a big budget remake, like in the style of Final Fantasy VII, or is it just going to be something like smaller scale, like a smaller scale remake?
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
a lot of Square Enix's teams is busy like on other Final Fantasy projects and like Dragon Quest and stuff like that. So I don't really see how a Final Fantasy IX remake, like on the scale of like Final Fantasy VII, would fit in there.
yeah, I don't. I mean, I hope just because I would love to just see how this looks. I would love to see just it in the style of like the Seven remake. Like, how does a Final Fantasy IX in the Seven style even look? I don't know, but I think it'd be actually kind of cool. Because I've actually played, I played about 5 hours of Final Fantasy IX, and it just imagining like those scenes and stuff in like the Seven remake style
Yeah,
would be crazy.
I would hope it would be in like the style of Final Fantasy VII remake, but like I just don't really see it being that way.
I don't either.
But
I think it makes
I'd love
more
to.
sense. I think it makes more sense for the game to be in that same sort of format. So to still be turn based, to still, have that like sort of, I don't know, I guess top down would be the best way to describe it, but just new models instead of like the hand drawn pictures or whatever, you've got like actual like maps designed, I think that makes more sense than a 7 style remake.
Yeah.
I want it to be the 7 style remake just because I want to see what that looks like. But I think it makes more sense to do just a remake, a faithful remake, I guess would be the best way to describe it. Like a
Hmm.
faithful, turn-based remake of 9. But then, I mean, well, I guess yeah, that would still be considered remake. I was going to say, well, couldn't you just consider that a remaster? But no, I guess you'd still classify that as a remake. But when you say remake, like 7 remake, and that is a remake of 7. So is this going to be a full remake, like total remake of 9? I don't know.
Yeah. Was that all of the Nvidia leaks?
That's yeah, that's all. That's all that's on the list.
That is some exciting stuff.
Yeah, there's some strange stuff, man. Like I said, I think just the Half-Life 2 remaster is so strange to me, and the BioShock RTX remaster. Apparently, everyone's doing RTX remasters, which, like I said, I think it's probably just again take BioShock, add 4K, add ray tracing, take Arkham Knight, add 4K ray tracing. But still, that stuff's awesome. Like, I mean, I want to play BioShock RTX remaster. I want to play Half-Life 2 remastered, and yeah, I mean, there's some just interesting stuff on the list. Like, obviously, it's not all that the studios are working on. Just because Persona 5 is not on that list doesn't mean that it's not potentially coming to PC, because I think it will one day. But it was just this select games that was announced. I mean, or not announced, but teased. So I don't know. It's an interesting list. I think the Metal Gear HD is interesting. I don't know because I don't know. I just don't know what those mean.
Yeah, those could just be placeholder names.
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully they're full remakes,
Like,
but
it's hard to tell.
yeah, hopefully they're full remakes and not just 4K ports. But I guess only time will tell. But yeah, that's it for the leaks and I guess this episode. Unless you had anything else to add.
That's it.
All right. Well, if you have watched this far, I thank you for watching and make sure to follow my Twitter. Been posting a lot of reviews and I just posted a Crackdown 3 retrospective today. And yeah, thank you all for watching.